So a quick follow-up to the video about the LUD fix. I have the same project file open, the Neva Fortune, and I have this ticked right now to show only modified. Basically what I did for this was, for this mod, I duplicated pretty much all of the assets that would be used for the armor in this mod. I didn't duplicate these because I didn't want to, but you can see that the names on here I have changed to, all of them have my name and then the name of the mod in them. And I also put them in this subfolder right here, so in the Petra folder. And the reason I do that is because Frosty works with names, so it will overwrite textures that have the same name. And I think they have to be in the same folder as well, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So if you give things an interesting name that's going to be pretty unique that someone else isn't going to use, then you make it much less likely that somebody else's mod is going to interact poorly with yours. So I did not feel like duplicating everything that goes into duplicating a mesh, so I left this mesh alone. But if somebody else does a mod that modifies this mesh or the textures on it, then if they put that in the load order below mine, it will edit the stuff in my mod. So something to watch out for, but honestly, sometimes you've been working on a mod for 3 months and you just really don't care anymore. So the reason this relates to the last guy, the last video, was just to show the duplicated LOD group here. And then just to kind of explain the naming conventions and all of that. If I open this up, I have another project that is called Use for Recolors. And so if I open that, in here, if I go into my Petra folder, you can see I have basically deleted everything except the textures in here. And all of these textures have the same names as that base Neva Fortune. And so what that allows me to do is do recolors really quickly and really easily. And I can add them as secondary files on the mod page. So, oops. Like for example, in my load order here, I have two versions of my Neva Fortune, one that has a mesh with sleeves and one that has a mesh without sleeves, but they reference textures with the same name. So rather than having to make two versions of every recolor, if I do it this way, as long as the names are the same, then the recolor mod that comes after it will overwrite the textures for either of these. And so it just makes it a lot easier if you have different versions. Same thing with the lion of Orlais thing, one with a big lion on the back and one without the lion. So just something to keep in mind for future-proofing your mod with compatibility for others, and then also potentially just making it easier for yourself down the line.